They didn't think I could do both, so I proved them wrong.
DJ Bodalia is not just a DJ, he's also a doctor.
I never said it'd be easy.
It's just gone 5:30 in the morning. I'm not sure how I feel about this.
But it definitely is possible, and I'm going to teach you how. Welcome to 48 hours in the life of a doctor and DJ. And yes, that is my face on a London bus. Yesterday is when it all began, so let's start there and I'll see you back here shortly. Hello. Hello, welcome to my hotel room in London. It is currently the 31st of December. I'm just going to clip you to here so I can continue getting ready. Obviously it's New Year's Eve, so I'm going out tonight for dinner with a couple of my friends to Sushi Samba in Covent Garden. I am very excited. Now, the next 48 hours are looking absolutely mental. Tonight I've got dinner, midnight. Will I stay out late? I don't know, let's see where the vibes take me. Back to the hotel, then tomorrow I am on BBC One and BBC World at 7 AM. Then DJing at London's New Year's Day parade to a street audience of 500,000 street spectators, broadcasted to 500 million people around the world. The reason I'm making this vlog is to show you how I manage this lifestyle, to give you a bit of an insight into my world, but mainly to inspire you to find that balance for yourself if you want to follow your passions like I am. Let's finish getting ready and let's go. Tonight I'm having dinner with two very cool friends. Jess, who is the current Miss England. We met over a year ago after being on the same podcast, and then she slid into my DMs. Although Jess disagrees with that version of events. And this is Bridget, the best mechanical engineer in the country. Honestly, I'd recommend Sushi Samba to anyone who enjoys tasty food and great music. They surprised me with a birthday cake to celebrate my birthday 2 days early, which was very cute. And then we welcomed in the new year.
It's 1:36.
So tell me again why this was the best New Year's you've had.
It's one of the best New
Then you
Year's
said it was
I've
the
had.
best you had.
It's one of the best New Year's I've had because of the people I've spent it with. And please, hang on, can we start again? We've just had a lovely time. We've had a laugh this evening. We've had some really nice food. Got to know each other even more.
I'd agree, and we're going back to our hotels now, so good night. It's just gone 5:30 in the morning. I'm not sure how I feel about this. It's one of those situations where we should be focused on gratitude. Focusing on the 3 hours of sleep that I did have rather than the 7 hours of sleep that I didn't have. And also it's a new year, so I'm glad to be here. Let's do this. We've got thermal socks too. That didn't take too long. Skincare routine is absolutely key. Combing my hair would be a good start actually. We don't want any messy, curly, wavy hair. It's quite nice, decent. Didn't take long. This is part 2 of my skincare routine. Obviously I washed my face in the shower with the cleanser just now. This is the toner, moisturizer. Ow, put myself in the nose. We need a coffee, we need some water, we need some breakfast. By the way, this is my Whoop. For those of you who don't know, this is a wearable that I recently started wearing, mainly because I'm very health and fitness conscious. Living a lifestyle like this does take its toll on your health. This is telling me how much sleep I need, when to go to bed. I don't think it's going to be happy with today's performance. Let's finish packing and then go. Me, my rucksack, and my tripod. And more tripods in the back. 2 weeks ago, I was sat in bed designing a banner to be printed on the bus that I will be DJing on today. I hadn't heard anything back from the organisers since sending it to them, but I was feeling optimistic. At some point during the night, the bus made its way into central London and positioned itself in Waterloo Place. And now as I walk past Royal Buildings, in the distance, I can see the bus lit up. My head has got about 10 times bigger. I took a few moments to stare at myself, but then got kicked out of the way by the BBC, who wanted to use my bus as their studio.
Here in London, they're getting ready to party as part of the New Year's Day parade. With me, Jella and Marcella from Peru.
And then it was my turn.
Hey, morning, Zoe.
Good morning, Sally. I'm with DJ Bodalia. The eagle-eyed amongst you may see that he's in scrubs, and that's because DJ Bodalia is not just a DJ, he's also a doctor. Your career as a DJ has really taken off, hasn't it?
I've been on tour with Fatboy Slim as a special guest, performed at stadiums, arenas, signed a record deal, played on Ibiza. Being at a show like this is the best thing in the world, being able to connect with people in real life.
Okay, DJ Bodalia, thanks very much. Well, DJ Bodalia came from Birmingham.
I've got to say, having my face on the bus like this is a real pinch me moment. I had on my vision board and my bucket list to be on a billboard one day. I literally have my face plastered on the sides of a London bus in central London. This is Westminster. Buckingham Palace is literally around the corner. And what's made this possible? Well, there's various mindsets which I swear by. And the number one for me is the legacy mindset. This is all about wanting to leave something behind, making an impact on the world once you're no longer here. I know that's deep, but you want to be remembered for something. When the legacy you want to leave behind is tied to something you're passionate about, for me obviously music and being a doctor, everything just aligns. And trust me, it's not an overnight thing. Something like this takes years. I've been playing instruments since I was a child, but bit by bit, things like this happen. And today, seeing my face up there, I honestly can't believe it. I went for a little spin on the bus by myself and then walked into a random hotel nearby for some breakfast and coffee. Those of you who know me well know that I cannot function without breakfast. Doing events like these can get lonely at times, so having my close friends come and support me and share the experience makes the whole thing worthwhile. I would literally not be here without them, so this opportunity is all of ours. I mean, look, my friend Charlie is helping me plan my set 5 minutes before I start the party.
Wait, what have you got on there?
Akon, Tunechi, David Guetta.
Use ODG.
Yeah.
Good bangers. I was thinking antenna.
That big one.
What's your name? You know that one that's like Joanna?
Oh, what's that?
It's called Joanna.
Okay.
Did you put something by Pitbull on?
Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
I'm quite happy with that list.
Who knows?
We go with that?
Look at me, take a picture, it'll last longer. The mirror on the wall say I'm getting stronger. Ayo, the mirror don't lie. Ayo, the mirror don't lie. Look at me, take a picture, it'll last longer. The mirror on the wall say I'm getting stronger. Ayo, the mirror don't lie. If you want the truth, don't close your eyes.
There's a different energy here. But I've got Miss England here as well, is that right?
Hello! I'm having the best time. What a way to start the new year. Absolutely. Amazing. And can we give a massive shout out to DJ Bodalia as well? Has he been spinning the tunes?
The tunes have been amazing.
Yeah.
Old school, early noise.
Did you all have fun on the bus?
Hello. This guy's actually a really good DJ.
Aww.
Who'd have thought, hey?
Just taking a moment to myself. Arrived at a restaurant and need some food. There were moments there where I actually felt like crying, overwhelmed by my closest friends being there. Back in work tomorrow. And yes, that is my second birthday cake in 2 days. The perfect way to finish New Year's Day and then head home. Thoughts going through my head right now. Why do I do this to myself? Did yesterday actually happen? And happy birthday to me. But the trick in moments like these are to power through and thank yourself for the preparation you have done in advance, like having clean iron scrubs to wear and a sort of packed rucksack. Good morning. Excuse the mess around me in my bedroom. We are almost at the 48-hour mark. I'll be honest with you. Yesterday was probably the best show I have ever DJ'd at. And you can hear it in my voice. It sounds a bit hoarse today and a bit deep and growly. After the event yesterday, I just absolutely crashed. I felt overwhelmed. I didn't want to talk to anyone really. I was knackered. I honestly think I was overstimulated during the day. All my closest friends were there. There were thousands of people cheering us on. I was playing my best music. It was just everything I'd ever dreamed of and so much more. When you're DJing a gig like that, you're not just DJing. This is a show, this is a production. There was a moment where I took my sunglasses off and I looked over the front of the bus. I was stood on one of the chairs and I just took it all in. I actually wanted to cry. I felt unbelievably emotional. Today I'm back in the hospital. I have got an 8-hour shift. Of course, I'm gonna need a coffee today. This is a wearable fitness tracker type thing. What it does predominantly is it measures something called heart rate variability. Heart rate variability is the time between each heartbeat. Yes, in a healthy person, your heartbeats should be regular, but over periods of time, there are small variations between heartbeats. And
that variation is associated with a part of your nervous system called the autonomic nervous system. Now, there's lots of different things that interfere with your heart rate variability. Sleep, stress at work, if you've been drinking caffeine, alcohol, exercise. I never understood why after a gig, I am absolutely flat out knackered. I just need to be on my own. This happens after I come off stage every single time, and I thought maybe it was to do with the adrenaline. I've been tracking my stress levels. I cannot believe this, but apparently being a DJ is way more stressful than being a doctor. If I compare this to a couple of days ago when I was working in hospital, my stress monitor says it was low at 0.9. I'll put that graph on the screen here. And I was in the high stress zone 7 times for a total of 34 minutes. That was a full day working on one of those incredibly busy, stressful wards. Now, comparing this to yesterday, I had this huge show, I was up early. Yes, I was stressed, but I was buzzing and I was excited. I spent 7 hours and 49 minutes in the high stress zone yesterday. According to this, being a DJ is more stressful than being a doctor. Okay, I was not expecting that. So today I've been working in the emergency department as part of the acute medical team. Once a patient comes through A&E, if it's decided that they're very unwell and can't be sent home after their treatment, they get admitted to the hospital, and I'm part of that team. Today's been relatively busy and I'm now on a break. I've seen some really interesting things today. The first lady I saw was young, mid-30s, came in with severe tummy pain, which has been getting worse for about a week. Her pancreas is inflamed and there's no specific reason why. It's just very unlucky. She's had loads of complications since, loads of surgeries, including having a tube fit into one part of her bowel. Periodically she gets these flares of pain, and yeah, it's just really sad to see because she's so young. The next patient I saw was a middle-aged man who's actually waiting for a kidney transplant. Again, this is such a sad story. When he was 3 years old, his kidneys went into failure. He had kidney stones that were massive and they caused his kidneys to fail. So the one on his left side doesn't work at all. The one on the right side is hardly working. He's already had a transplant, which worked for about 15 years, and then suddenly stopped working, the body rejected it, meaning that he's now receiving dialysis 3 times a week, having to go to hospital to be connected to a machine to clean his blood, doing the job of what the kidneys would normally do in the body. But basically, he came in today because he was vomiting profusely yesterday. He's been coughing, having a fever. His x-ray of his lungs shows a pretty serious infection on his right lung, which I'm treating him for. It's cases like those two that make you realize that even when you are young, you're not invincible. And there are people out there who are suffering and you wouldn't even realize it. And then the third patient I saw just before my break, this is a man who is known to have prostate cancer. The cancer has spread to his bones, and for the last month he's had worsening back pain, hip pain, tingling in his hands, like wetting himself when he least expects it. At one point his back pain was so bad that he had to lie on his kitchen floor and his wife had to bring him a bucket to go for a wee in. He couldn't get himself to the toilet because he was in that much pain. We're suspecting that the cancer which has spread to his spine is now pressing on his spinal cord, causing something called metastatic spinal cord compression, which is an emergency. So yeah, an eventful few hours so far, but time is up. We're now at the 48 hours mark. So if you've got to this point, thank you so much for following the journey. I hope it's inspired you to follow your passions and live your double life. It is possible. You can perform on every level in everything you do. There was a lot more I need to share with you about them. So I created this video on screen here. I delve deep into the mindsets which have completely transformed my life and my careers. Make sure you check it out. I'll see you there.